Welcome to TCube GATE classes. Myself Dr. Rajiv Malik. Now we start from the digital communication, basic of the digital communication. In last lecture, we discussed the sampling process. Sampling process explains that sampling of a continuous time signal having finite energy results in a spectrum that is periodic in frequency with a period is equal to sampling rate. That is the definition of sampling process. Now we derive another expression which is very important and which explains that how the sample contain all the information of the original signal. Now let's start from the previous equation. Fourier transform of sampled signal, we obtained Fs g of f minus kFs. This is the Fourier transform of the sampled signal. This is our equation number 2. In previous lecture, we calculated or we derived it. Now we derive another expression. Now we derive another expression from the equation. We derive another expression by taking the Fourier transform of our sampled signal. By taking the Fourier transform of the signal G del T, which is equivalent to G del T is equivalent to n minus infinity to infinity G of nTs del T minus nTs. Now if we take the Fourier transform for this equation, we take the Fourier transform on both sides of this equation, we obtain another useful expression. As all of we know that this is the signal in time domain. Now we have to take the Fourier transform of this function. As all of know that Fourier transform of impulse function is 1. And we have to calculate the Fourier transform of the shifted signal. It is the shifted signal. Now we have to calculate the Fourier transform of this function. And Fourier transform of this signal is the exponential function e की power minus n j 2 pi f ts. This is the Fourier transform of this function. This is the shifted signal, and we take the Fourier transform of the shifted signal is multiplication of the Fourier transform of original signal with exponential function. This is the property of Fourier transform. Now put this Fourier transform of this signal into the equation number in above equation. Now we get the Fourier transform G of del f n minus infinity to infinity G of nTs e की power minus j 2 pi f ts. This is the another expression we obtain by taking the Fourier transform of the sampled signal. This is our equation number 3. This is our equation 1, which we calculated in last lecture. This is equation number 2. Now we derive the another equation, that is 3. So we obtain this equation. This is the discrete. This equation is discrete time Fourier transform of the sampled signal. Discrete time Fourier transform of the sampled signal G del t. This equation also view as a complex Fourier series representation. This equation is also viewed as a complex Fourier series representation having Fourier series coefficient G of NTS. This is equivalent to the Fourier series coefficient. This equation also viewed as Fourier series, complex Fourier series representation. Complex Fourier series representation in frequency domain. In frequency domain. And G of NTS is the coefficient of the Fourier series coefficient. Fourier series coefficient. GNTS is the Fourier series coefficient. So we obtain a very useful expression. This expression, this relation we derive, this relation which we derive this relation apply to any continuous time signal, any continuous time signal having finite energy, and infinite duration. So this relation can be applied to any continuous time signal which have finite energy and defined for all time t. Now we consider signal GT. Signal GT is strictly band limited signal. It's strictly band limited signal. Having no frequency component greater than a frequency W hertz. Now we consider that our original signal is strictly band limited signal and there is no frequency component in the spectrum of the original signal, which having frequency greater than W Hz. There is no frequency component is present in the spectrum of the original signal. This can be mathematically explained. G of f, define the spectrum of the original signal, is 0 for the frequency f is greater than equal to W Hz. Mod of f is greater than W. The spectrum of original signal has no frequency component greater than W Hz. It means we can plot its spectrum or its Fourier transform. It means equation for this mathematics. It physical mean is there is no frequency component greater than W Hz. So spectrum is from minus W to W. This is the spectrum. We consider the spectrum of the original signal GT. This shape is considered for illustration purpose. This shape is only for the illustration purpose. Now we take the sampling period. We define. Now we put the sampling period is equal to TS. Sampling period TS is equal to 1 by twice of W. W is the maximum frequency component present in the spectrum of the original signal. TS is 1 by W. And so TS is 1 by W. And the Nyquist frequency is twice of W. There is a relation between sampling rate and the sampling period. Now we put the TS is equal to 1 by 2W in the discrete time Fourier transform equation, which we calculated previously. Now we put the TS is equal to 1 by twice of W in this equation. In equation number 3, we put the TS is equal to 1 by twice of W, maximum frequency component of the original signal. Once again, I write the discrete Fourier transform equation. N minus infinity to infinity G of N by N TS e to the power minus j 2 pi f TS. We put here TS is equal to 1 by twice of W. Now we get the equation G of N by twice of W e to the power minus j pi f 1 by e to the power j pi f 1 by j pi f divided by W. So we get another expression which is very important. Sorry, N is missing. We miss the N. N is any integer value. N can take all integer value. So this is our. Now we obtain the discrete time Fourier transform equation in terms of sequence of samples. From the now we modify the Fourier transform G del f is equal to Fs k minus infinity to infinity G of f minus kfs. Now we modify this equation. we can write this equation as g of fs, g of f plus k is equal to minus infinity to infinity g of f minus kfs. When k is not equal to 0, this is the k is equal to 0. This is the component of the sample signal, the Fourier transform of the sample signal when k is equal to 0. This is when k is not equal to 0 and all the frequency component of the spectrum. This is our next equation. Now this is our fifth equation. Now we can plot our spectrum of the signal, spectrum of Fourier transform of the sampled signal. From this equation we can plot. This is the spectrum of original signal minus WCW. This is G of f. Now we can plot spectrum of G del f, yeah, discrete time Fourier transform of the sampled signal. When k is equal to 0, this is from the previous equation. When k is equal to 0, this is fs gf. When k is greater than or less than 0, then this spectrum is plotted. So we plot when k is equal to 0, our spectrum is original spectrum of the signal. When k is equal to 0, this is minus w and w, and we put sampling rate fs is twice of w. So when we put k is equal to 1, fs is, this is fs, or it means is equal to 2w. So our next spectrum, sampled spectrum is this. Next, k is equal to 2, this type of spectrum is formed. This is 2fs. In same way, 3fs. In negative side also, this is minus fs. This is the spectrum of the sampled signal, and we can also calculate this magnitude. We put fs is equal to twice of w. We obtained, here we put fs is equal to twice of w. Here also fs, the missing part. So magnitude is fs, 2f 2w into g of 0. At frequency f is equal to 0, this magnitude is 2w into g of 0. So this is the spectrum of the sampled signal. Now we explain how the sequence of sample contain all the information of original signal. Next we explain with the condition fs is equal to twice of w and gf is equal to 0 for mode of f greater than W, greater than equal to W. With these two conditions, we can explain that G del F spectrum of sample signal is Fs GF plus Fs k minus infinity to infinity G of F minus KFS. As we know that our original signal is band limited signal. This signal is band limited from minus W to W. This is band limited signal from minus W hertz to W hertz. So when for a period, for an interval minus W to W, this equation can be written as, this equation is G del F is equivalent to Fs GF for the interval minus W to W. This is, we can conclude, because for this interval this is 0, because we want to find out the sample signal from minus W hertz to W hertz. Okay, this is higher frequency component. When we put k is equal to 1, this is Fs is equal to 2W, so this became greater than W hertz. When we put k is equal to 2, it is greater than W hertz. Okay, so these components are rejected. Only for a particular interval, G del F is Fs GF for the interval minus W to W. So we conclude that G del F is equal to Fs into GF for a particular interval minus W hertz to W hertz. So we can put here Fs is equal to, so we can find GF in terms of spectrum of sample signal is 1 by Fs into G del F. So we can put Fs is equal to 2 twice of maximum frequency component, we get another expression G del F. This is another expression. This is, we obtain another expression, and now we put here the value of G del F. G del F is equal to n minus infinity to infinity. This is for an interval minus W is F is less than W. This is for a particular interval. G of n divided by twice of W into e की power minus j n pi F divided by W hertz. So we put this equation into this equation. So we obtain GF in terms of sample signal 1 by twice of W. This is minus n infinity to infinity G of n divided by twice of omega, twice of W hertz. Sorry, this is maximum frequency component present in the original signal, E minus j n pi F divided by W hertz. So these are the sequence of samples. Sequence of sample. We obtain the original signal, Fourier transform of original signal in terms of sequence of samples. Sequence of samples. This is equation number 6. This is our new equation. We derive the Fourier transform of original signal in terms of the sequence of samples. Next we next we from this we can conclude that from this equation we can conclude that from this equation g of f is equal to 1 by 2w n minus infinity to infinity g of n divided by 2w e की power minus j n pi f divided by w. From this equation we conclude that if the sequence of sample if the sample value, this is the sample's value, if the sample values is completely specified, if the sample values are completely specified, then the Fourier transform of original signal, Fourier transform GF, Fourier transform GF of original signal GT is obtained or derived. So from this equation we conclude that if the sample value of the original signal are completely specified, then the Fourier transform of the signal GT is obtained from its sample value. So we also know that we can find out the GF from the sample values. From this equation we conclude that we can obtain the Fourier transform of original signal from its sample value. अगर हमें sample value पता है, we can obtain the Fourier transform of original signal. And all of we know that our original signal GT is related to the GF. GT is related to the GF. By GT is related to GF in inverse relation, inverse Fourier transform relation. If we want to find out the original signal GT, हमें क्या करना होगा? We take the inverse Fourier transform of GS, so we can obtain our original signal GT. So it means original signal GT is also obtained from the sample values, G of n divided by twice omega, G of n divided twice omega, when for n is equal to n is minus infinity to infinity. So we can obtain our original signal by taking the inverse Fourier transform of GF. So main conclusion is we can obtain our original signal from the sample value G of n divided by twice omega when the n is ranges from minus infinity to infinity. So we can obtain our original signal from the sample value. This is the main conclusion from this derivation. In next lecture, we discuss about the reconstruction of the signal. How we can reconstruct our signal at the receiver side. We can use a interpolation function. So in next lecture, we discuss about the reconstruction of our original signal back. So I stop here.